Welcome back to our podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Maggie. I'm an esthetician.
I'm Allison, and I'm a hairstylist.
And this is the Excuria Edit. I am so excited for today's episode because we're getting into holiday season. Woo-hoo. So we're going to be talking about all of our promos, and we have a really incredible guest, Michael Giambra. So definitely stay tuned for that.
Yes, for sure. That'll be in our beauty breakdown segment of this, so definitely stay tuned for that. But to go into some of our holiday promotions before we get going, we have our gift card promotion going on for our holiday 2025. So exciting. So if you guys don't know, you can buy a $200 gift card and get a complimentary $40 promotional card. Literally $40 free, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Whether it's a gift for yourself or somebody else, you know, you definitely want to take advantage of that. And also, just so you guys know, when it comes to purchasing your gift card, there's a couple different avenues you can go down for that. You can either purchase online and have your gift card and promotional cards sent to you, whether it's through the mail to your house or through your email as well. You can do it that way. Or if you'd like to come pick it up in the salon, it'll be wrapped in our signature Excuria wrapping. Yes. So your gift will be ready to go for pickup. So
cute.
Whatever way you want to go about that, there's a bunch of different options.
Love the versatility. Yes. You gotta have it. Sometimes I cannot do anything except if it's online.
I totally get that.
Like on
if
the
it's
phone
on the
only.
couch, perfect, ready to go.
Well, if you visit us in store and purchase a $395 gift card, you do receive a complimentary spa robe. And if you haven't been here for a service and tried on that robe, it is so luxurious and
it's
soft.
life-changing.
So definitely don't miss out on that because it's incredible. Wrap yourself up in that this Christmas.
Stay nice and cozy warm. We know it gets cold in Buffalo here.
It certainly does. It
always a
certainly
necessity to be
It
warm.
really is.
For sure.
And now for our favorite segment, this is the Beauty Breakdown.
Today we have a very special guest with us today. We have Michael Giambra here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So let's start with, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in a family of hairdressers. Graduated from beauty school in 1983.
Amazing.
Very long time ago.
Not too long.
And started my career then working for my father in his salon with my brother. And over the years, moved on. We all had our own ideas, different paths we took, and I ended up opening up a salon with my wife.
Yes.
And now we're here at Excuria.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
Yes.
So would you say seeing all of your family members in this industry, is that what kind of inspired you to also want to be a hairdresser yourself?
I would have to say yes.
Yeah.
You know, we all, as kids, we were folding towels and sweeping floors.
You were in it whether you wanted to be or
10 years
not.
old, you know, yes.
You were in it.
We started in it, and
That's amazing.
that's
That
happened.
is incredible.
Yeah, so in like that aspect of inspiring you to become a hairstylist, what aspects of seeing your family made you want to start in that business?
Well, that's a good question. I really don't know if there was one thing in particular that drew me to the industry, because over time I got to learn more about how it worked and, you know, realizing the customer service aspect of the business was the main thing. Being a good hairdresser, that's important.
Yeah.
Very important.
But knowing how to treat clients and understand that they're putting their faith in you
For sure.
to make them happy,
Yeah,
that's a pretty big deal.
that is huge,
Yes.
for sure.
So
That's amazing.
I would say that's the most important part of it.
Yeah, awesome.
Absolutely. No, 100%. I totally agree. I think everyone, like, in this career, building a relation, it's all about building relationships.
sure.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's amazing.
Yes.
It was just in your blood.
Well, some people say that, yeah.
I would definitely say so.
I think so.
It was like the lineage
Yes,
there.
for sure.
Okay, so kind of pivoting from that, what is it like working for Excuria, and how do you think that has like transformed your career in any way?
Well, coming to Excuria was a huge move for us. As you know, our whole staff came along in this move. It wasn't just me. And I'm really happy that everybody is doing great. For me personally, it's been perfect. A
Yeah,
perfect
good.
transition, going into the next 10 years, where now I can focus everything, all my time on the clients and the art of doing hair again, as opposed to when you're a salon owner and hairdresser.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going
of
on in your
pressure.
head
Definitely.
while you're working behind the chair, and now all that's gone,
Yeah.
which has been great.
For sure.
And,
That's amazing.
it's reignited the passion that I know I've always had, but now it's back
That's
in
so
a big
amazing.
way.
That is
Yes.
incredible.
I'm excited.
So
I'm
kind of
excited.
going off of that too, of how you're able to give your clients a different experience now that you're solely back behind the chair instead of, owning a salon as well. So what has that experience become for your clients here at Excuria?
I think they are noticing every day the difference. Some people say it like, "Oh, you look happier."
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is true. I don't think they fully know in what's going on in my mind as
For
far
sure.
as that goes.
Yeah.
Is how much I'm not losing. What's the word I'm looking for here? My focus.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
My focus.
You're not
As
thinking
entirely-
about
I'm-
them.
Yeah.
It's been, from a client point of view, I'm sure they noticed that.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure
so
they
amazing.
noticed that. Because they did notice before, when I had a million things going on in my mind about the business side of things,
For
that, they would often ask me if I needed, to take a minute or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but now that's changed, and that's great.
Yeah,
That's
you're able to give your
I'm so
clientele.
much happier now for them
Yeah.
as well as for myself.
For
you
sure.
know,
Absolutely.
to be able to give them 100% of that
For sure.
that they deserve
Yeah.
when they come in.
You're able to
know?
really give them your full attention, your full focus.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, our
Yes.
clients really are everything to us. So
Absolutely. And I've been blessed over the years with clients that have supported me for a very long time through a lot of changes over the years. This was the biggest one.
Yeah.
A lot of times, just moving around the corner, even in your own salon, and a new location changes things for people.
absolutely.
This was a really big move. Not only is it farther from the neighborhood I was in for the last 13 years, but actually back to the neighborhood that I was in previous to that. So that was kind of good.
Yeah.
That's
you know.
incredible.
That is amazing.
So,
And
yeah.
what a big compliment that your clients are willing to follow you wherever you go.
It truly is. It's amazing.
That is.
Yeah, like I said, I'm blessed with people that have been supporting me for a very long time.
For sure. I've
That's
seen your whole
awesome.
journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I
amazing.
love it. Well, kind of to play off of that, when you have a client who wants to make a really big change, how do you guide them into that of like, whether it be a big chop or a different color, like how do
That's
you navigate that?
That's a big deal, and an interesting question, because sometimes people come in and they do say, I want you to cut it all off, or change the color. So we really have to have a discussion,
Oh yeah.
before we do. I never will jump in and say, oh, okay, let's go do it. I really need to be sure they're sure.
The
Oh, yeah.
consultation
Because-
is huge.
The consultation,
Absolutely.
most important part of the visit.
1,000%.
Yes, and if I could tell anybody that, any hairdresser, that you need to give every client a consultation, no matter if you've been doing their hair for the first time or the 100th time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
First of all, they deserve that.
for sure.
To have that conversation with you before you just start in on their hair and just assume they want the same thing. But back to your question about the change, I think making sure they're sure is my goal when that topic comes up. If it's a time for a big change, I need to know that they understand what they're doing.
Absolutely. And
right?
being honest
And
with them
not
too.
making an impulse
Yeah.
decision.
Correct.
That when they go home,
Might not
they're
be
gonna
something they were thinking.
Yeah.
not quite what they were
For sure.
hoping for.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. Again, back to the consultation,
Yeah.
really important.
For sure. It
Yes.
sets the stage for the client and also for you too, for the entire
Absolutely.
service.
That is what it is for them and for the hairdresser to keep saying it again and repeating it and knowing exactly what you're doing.
For sure.
you know?
100%.
And that's really important while you're working.
That's amazing.
Focus on each person that's in your chair
Yeah,
at that time.
Absolutely. Listen, I've made a few impulsive hair decisions before in my time. So
I think we've all done that.
For sure.
So I know how important it is to have
Yeah.
somebody who's willing to sit down, talk to me, and be like, all right, do you really need the bangs or are
Yeah.
we going through something?
Yeah.
So
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
That's exactly right.
So definitely the consultation is a very big part of the experience for the client and for you as well. What is a little, like a small detail that also has a big effect on the service?
That I would say focus
Yeah.
of the hairdresser, okay? For me, focusing on that client that's in the chair at that moment so that you're not getting fog, right? You're not losing what you're doing at that moment for that person.
For sure.
Especially when you're busy and you see a lot of clients in a day, you have to be able to maintain focus.
Yeah.
And I would say it's not a little thing, but it's an important thing.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's huge.
For sure.
You know,
And
focusing
especially,
on-
like you were saying, having multiple clients, a day, maybe even at a time, being able to compartmentalize each client, each service while you're going throughout your day to make sure that everybody's getting your full undivided attention.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
Compartmentalize.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. When you walk in the door in the morning, you need to leave whatever
Correct. Whatever
is
you've
out
got
there.
going on. Yeah.
You got to leave it out there. And when you come in here, it's like you're on now.
For sure.
You know, and you guys know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really important.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
So what advice would you give to a new hairstylist or a hairstylist that wants to like become a mentor and kind of like guide people, kind of like you have? I feel like in the salon I've heard you're a wealth of knowledge and you're great at explaining things to people. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to be like you?
This industry offers so many different avenues for hairdressers in general, as well as estheticians, massage therapists, anybody in the beauty business. The behind the chairs is a choice that I made to stay and grow there. Early on in my career, I did a lot of education, the hair show circuit, and worked with a lot of great hairdressers. And I did that primarily to learn. And I met a lot of great hairdressers all around the world. It was a lot of commitment at the time. You know, you have to be gone all the time on the weekends. The question is, what I would say to somebody that wants to get into that part of it, it's out there, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. We have a lot of great product lines here at Excuria that all have education teams, and that is an option for any hairdresser if they want to work for the company doing education, maybe along with their time behind the chair, or maybe as a career, you know, because it is there if you want it. For me, it was, I think, a means to the end, is that if that's the right phrase, where it helped me
Absolutely.
grow as a hairdresser, hearing experienced people that have formed our industry tell me things and teach me things.
Absolutely.
It was invaluable.
Yeah.
You know, it's what made me who I am today. And I wouldn't do it any different.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
I agree.
seeking out knowledge wherever you can get it, always.
Yeah.
Education is the most important thing. I think people look at our careers, whether it be hairstylists, esthetician, like, oh my God, you have such a fun job. And they think, oh, it's so easy. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
no. In order to be knowledgeable in what you do, it's so much education. It's so much product knowledge. It's like honing in on what you like. I mean, for us, we want to be good at all of it. And we do. We have so many products and so many things to offer to people. So it's like, we have to be knowledgeable about everything.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
For sure.
education is
Absolutely.
the most important part.
I agree 100%. Education all the time.
Yep.
It never ends.
Never
it
ends.
should never end.
Correct.
No.
And you know when that person, that service provider, whether it's an esthetician, a hairdresser, massage therapist, a nail tech, people know that you're keeping up on your craft just by the way you talk.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing that I would say to any young person coming into the business. Take it seriously and seek out as much education as you can. There are academies all around the world for hairdressers. I'm sure there are for estheticians as well, nail people. I
Definitely.
look at some of the plaques or licenses on the wall over there. I never knew about some of the nail certifications that are
Yeah.
out there that our girls have back there. That's
For sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and but that's available to everyone, and that's what everybody should do.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, keep on educating yourself. And like I said, the clients know that.
Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
just comes out. You don't even realize it's coming out of you when you're talking
Yeah.
to them, but it does.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It does.
We all exude
And-
our experiences, you know, whether we
Absolutely.
want to or not.
And clients are very educated
Yeah.
today.
Especially now. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially with social media, everything's
media.
right at everybody's fingertips. But like I was saying before, that our experiences shape us and our careers, our knowledge and everything. And the experience that you've had, whether it was through education or just throughout your career, that information is something that you can't get online. It's something that you know,
Right.
can't have right at your fingertips. So explaining everything that you've learned, all of your knowledge and everything to your clients is huge. And I think it's great also with all of your education background and everything like that. I'm sure makes it a little bit easier to explain everything to your clients as well, you know, breaking everything down for them.
Absolutely, yes.
That's amazing.
Knowledge is the powerful tool.
So 1,000%.
Yes, knowing and whether you're talking about a haircut or shampoo,
Yeah.
right? Having the knowledge of it and being able to give it to your client in a way that they can understand
For
it
sure.
and understand that it's important.
Yeah, definitely. So what is one thing that you wish every client sort of understood before they sit in your chair?
That they don't have to worry about sharing their ideas. Some people are afraid to say what they're thinking, and it's our job to make them feel comfortable to say that. I've been thinking about this haircut, or bring pictures. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
Show me what you're looking at.
For sure.
That's very helpful.
Yeah.
And I want them to know that they can do that, and to be comfortable doing that, showing what they're looking at, what they're thinking about, and that there's no judgment on if somebody doesn't really know,
Yeah.
you know, because that's a huge decision they're making, right? And sometimes they're confused, but they don't want to tell you that. So they
Right.
just say, just do the same thing,
Right.
you know? And then they're not happy as they should be because
Right.
they were afraid to say,
Right.
tell me something different, or
Yeah.
I've been thinking something different. But that's, I would say, just know that it's a
Safe space.
Yeah,
space.
judgment-free zone in your
Yes,
chair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe space, happy place.
Love
awesome.
it.
Yes.
Love that.
Well, to kind of like finish off like with your client in the chair, what would you like recommend like, you know, to your client as far as like using professional products at home? I feel like a lot of people, you know, don't think that we're just like pushing product or whatever. It's just, but we know the importance of using our products at home. How would you advise your client of, you know, using professional products at home?
It is very important that they're using the same tools that we're using to create the look. And from shampoo, conditioner, styling gel, or mousse, and hairspray, if we didn't need it, we wouldn't use it. And that's what I try to share with them while the visit is happening. And it's just, from my point of view, I educate the client on what I'm doing, what I'm using, and ask them, are you doing what I'm doing? And if they do, then the replication of what we do here should be much easier at home. You know, a lot of times people say, I never get my hair to look the same as you do. And that's, my response to that is, well, then I didn't do my job because something's missing.
Right.
Are you using the gel I told you to use? Well, no, I didn't get that, but I have this. Okay, maybe that's not working as well. So we have to find out then, is it very important what we use? I believe so.
I think
100%.
I believe
that's
it is.
you know,
Yeah.
proof in itself.
Yes.
Absolutely. Even
Yes.
them coming back into their appointments and you can see like just how their hair looks, and it's like, are you using professional products? Are you using things that don't have, you know, sulfates and parabens and a bunch of nasty things that they don't need on their hair? And it will show up in every service. I
Yeah.
truly believe.
Definitely. And everything that we create and do for people is our own work of art, you know, and we
Yes.
want to also protect that for them, but also for ourselves. You know, when people are walking out and about, they're promoting us, you know, they're promoting our work, and
Right.
we want that to be at the best level
Best of
that it
the
can
best.
be, you know, so that's another
Absolutely.
thing too.
And also protecting their own investment.
For sure.
100%.
That is true. And when you use the quality of products that we do use here, it's immediately noticeable. And that's what I love about it too. When I can take the client to the sink and for the first time ever use a shampoo that is really going to help them and transform their hair in just one time.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Even to me, after all these years, I'm still impressed by a product that does that.
That
Yeah.
instant gratification.
And yes,
Absolutely.
it is. And there is a difference
Yeah.
between what we use and what is out there.
For sure.
And also, there's a difference in price. But when you break it down, it's actually more affordable when you buy a quality shampoo that is concentrated
Yeah.
as opposed to a $2 bottle of shampoo that's mostly water.
Correct.
Yep.
Very diluted.
So that's the education part of it. That's the hairdresser's responsibility.
For sure.
To make sure that the client knows that. Because if they don't know that,
Then they're not going to
most
buy.
people are going to look at that and say, no,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
For sure.
Yep.
You know, but when it comes dollar to dollar, it's it's basically the same.
Right. Because a higher quality product, you're going to be using a lot less of it, like you said.
Absolutely.
And so therefore you'll have it a lot longer, and also in the meantime, you know, you're giving your hair what it really needs.
And your hair is going to feel so much better.
1,000%.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This has been so
Yes.
awesome. Thank you
Oh
so
my
much.
God, we're done
I
already?
know.
Oh, I don't want to leave now.
I know. You did an amazing
I know.
job.
That was incredible.
Yes.
So appreciative of having you on. Thank you
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for all
you.
of your knowledge today
Thank
and
you.
every day that you're here.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys very much.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you.
Anytime you
you.
can come back on.
All right.
We'll re-recruit you.
All right, guys, stay tuned for next week. We're going to be talking about our 12 Days of Savings, which is a social media giveaway. So definitely don't want to miss that.
Yes, that
Very
is so exciting. So exciting. And we just want to say thank you again for tuning in this week. We're so thankful to be doing this for you guys, and definitely leave us a like and a comment. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
So we'll see you on our next video.
Or at your next appointment.
Bye.